up is suitable for everybody. It's suitable for if you've got diastasis and also if you've got pelvic floor dysfunction. Okay, so just start with upper body, and you're just going to circle your arms. You do between 5 and 10, depending on how stiff you are. And then the other arm. So you're trying to make as big a movements as you can. And then backwards. And the other side. God, it's causing a draft. It's cold. Slow down. And then backwards again. And both together backwards. And forwards. And both together forwards. Lovely. And then we're just going to start opening and closing. So give yourself a big hug and then stretch back behind. You want the thumbs up nice and high. And you should feel the stretch just here. And then we're going to take feet behind at the same time. So you're pushing your heels into the ground each time and opening up chest. So keep arms nice and loose. So again, between 5 and 10. You're just trying to get the body warm, get each joint warm, get the muscles moving. Lovely. Now, so stand on the spot and you're going to open and close at diagonal. That's it. So a few more. And then we're going to twist the upper body around. So every time you twist, back heel comes up off the ground. Just nice and relaxed. Lovely, a couple more. And then we're going to circle your hips. So hand on hips, big, big circles. So if anything during this warm-up hurts, then don't do it. Just do a smaller range of movement. Go the other way. That's it. Lovely, right. And we're going to take legs out to the side. So nice and high, just trying to stretch out inner thigh. Set. Couple more. And then you're going to take one step behind and big kick up in front and then step behind. So go for about 10 of these, just because hamstrings, so back of the thighs tend to be quite tight, but I can't count, so that feels like about 10. And then you're going to swing your leg backwards and forwards and try and keep your balance. So as your leg comes back behind, you just bend it slightly. Okay, and then you're going to do your other leg. So big step behind and swing up in front. This leg won't go as high, well mine doesn't. So you should feel you're starting to get a little bit out of breath. You can hear I probably am. Lovely, and then you're going to swing. Okay, now we're just going to take feet up behind. So you're just grabbing hold of each foot. You can do it walking if you want to. But just on the spot's fine. Okay, now you're going to take your foot a little bit further behind. And again, switch from side to side. You should just feel the stretch on the front of the thigh. Couple more. Lovely, and then find a place on the wall or hold on to your buggy. cross one leg over the other and sink down. So from the side, you're just stretching out this area. But when you're warming up, you don't want to be holding any stretches. So we're moving into the stretch and then out of the stretch, getting the joint mobile, making the muscles work. Lovely, and again you can use the wall for this one. We're just going to stretch our calves. So if you haven't got a wall, you can just do it like this. It's better if you've got a wall, just because you can push against it, so you can feel a better stretch in your calves. Lovely. Right, give your legs a shake. Now we're just going to do some partial squats. So make sure heels are on the ground, push your bottom out behind. So you're not going too low to start with, we're just trying to get everything warm. So you are pushing through your heels and your bottom to stand up. So getting the big muscles of your legs working really increases your heart rate, warms up your body. So a couple more, going a little bit lower now. Lovely, and then you're going to come right down into a low squat. And we're just going to take one leg up the side. So you're making glutes work, but you're also stretching inner thigh, and you're just getting the joint of your hip really nice and warm. And then the other side. If this is too uncomfortable, don't do it. You can just carry on swinging legs out to the side. Lovely, and then you're going to push through your heels, big blow out to stand. And then we're just going to get some lunges going. So again, working the big muscles of the leg. Every time we stretch back, we're trying to stretch this bit here. So you're bending back knee, bending front knee. So you should feel your heart starting to pump now. You should feel a little bit out of breath. Should be feeling nice and warm. It's quite cold today, I'm feeling warm. Right, so now you're going to step back and drop all the way down, and then you're just going to take a little pulse forward. So we don't want to be bouncing, we're moving into the stretch and out of the stretch. So you want to do about 10 of these. Every time you go forward, you should feel it just along here. And then switch sides. Just show you from the front. So this is the whole sequence of warm-up or mobilisation. It's a good idea to do something like this every day, because it gets the whole body moving, every joint moving. This is prior to exercise, so if you are still feeling cold, do the whole thing again. Losing my balance. Lovely. Thank you.